और चाहे आपका बंसीलाल जी रहे हों, हुड्डा साहब थे, तो नौकरियों में तो गड़बड़ तो हुई है ना, भेदभाव तो हुआ है ना। तो अगर इस इलाके को अगर नेतृत्व मिलता है तो हम समान बंटवारा करेंगे। ऐसा कुछ नहीं, आपने देखा होगा जो हमारी जो ऐड आती है उसमें कांग्रेस सरकार आता है, अब कोई हुड्डा सरकार नहीं आता है।
Ouch, bit of an embarrassment with the Congress. I think a few Congress leaders have forgotten that the elections are not over, they're still happening. So people are listening in when you say that Huda is not the chief ministerial candidate. They might be thinking what's going on within the Congress. Okay, with that polite reminder, let me also tell you an interesting comment again. We were talking on the thematic. You got Ajay Yadav of the Congress in Haryana also saying the High Command will decide. We were discussing that in the context of the BJP. Pankaj Pachauri, you're laughing, but you know the irony is absolute right there.
No, that's true, absolutely, and that has been what we've come to know as the Congress culture. And here I'd like to say something that Congress and in these elections has the biggest handicap, and they have been in power for 3 terms in Maharashtra,
yes,
2 terms in Haryana. So naturally there is scampering within the Congress camp in all these states, and they will be the ones who certainly and surely are going to lose a lot of ground in these elections. Let us start from that basis.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to examine that. Payal Mehta there on the ground. She's in Pune in Karad constituency. Payal, the fact is that a lot of people in all our studios are discussing Modi. Narendra Modi's been in Maharashtra 23 times to campaign. He's actually spoken himself hoarse in Maharashtra. He had a bad throat by the end of it. But how are people you're speaking to on the ground reacting? Are they talking about Narendra Modi, or are they talking about the local candidate? Are they talking about local issues? What's happening on the ground, Payal? Brief us.
Absolutely, Rishabh. As far as this place Karad is concerned, they're more focused on the local issues, and they know for a matter of fact that these are local elections, these are assembly elections. So that is really, the mood on ground out here. Rishabh, very, very interesting here. It's an all-Congress battle out here. If you see that Prithviraj Chavan was brought in by the central leadership to come and contest from here. Now he in fact, was a result because of which Vilas Rao Patil or Kaka, who is popularly referred to, had to move out and is now contesting as an independent candidate. And also the fact that, of course, D.Y. Patil's son is also contesting here, on a ticket from Shiv Sena. So that makes it very interesting as
battle.
Well. But yeah, what will definitely will be the key is, of course, Prithviraj Chavan.
Okay, interesting battle. As we can't seem to get off those shots of selfies that Supriya Sule has been taking this morning, as she's been recording that. But we're taking this point, the problem is, Jaiveer Shergill, for you, that the Congress party will end up, perhaps by today evening, not even as a number 2 anymore. The state players are going to be number 2, number 3, you will be going to be number 4, number 5. And that's a big problem, Jaiveer Shergill.
Rishabh, normally there is nothing common in political parties, but 2 traits which are common today is confidence and optimism. And we should not predict what's going to happen, but we are confident about the work we have done, and the recent bipolar elections have proven that ultimately it's not going to be tall claims. It's the party who's walked the talk. And Haryana and Maharashtra, I'm not discount the fact I'm from the Congress for a second, pick up any parameter, whether it's social or economical, it's way ahead of any other state.
Okay.
So I think people are going to, vote on pure report card, and we are scored fairly well and high on the report card.
Okay, they're going to vote on report card. Before I go to Anil Dharkar, before I go to Anil Dharkar, GVL Narasimha Rao, so happy you would be this evening. No, I want to know that the Congress is no longer even number 2, number 3. But the confidence can't come all from really demolishing the Congress. You've done that. The confidence has to come from several allies you'll have to deal with, like it or not, both at state and center, especially in the Rajya Sabha. You can't forget all those things, GVL Narasimha Rao.
Yeah, these are 2 separate issues and challenges altogether. Before that, let me Congress member said just now. I think Congress had claimed even during Lok Sabha polls, and they continue to claim that they have done great work, and they had an excellent report card in Lok Sabha elections 2014, and we know what kind of results in these 2 states they have been
Okay, we're losing that link there with GVL. Just hold your thought, GVL. I'll come right back to you once we fixed it. You're seeing live visuals there of Abhishek Bachchan and his mother Jaya. They're coming there in this morning to cast their vote in that school in Mumbai. Developments are happening, of course, on the ground. Anil Dharkar, interesting discussion. I want you to weigh in. The Congress talks about High Command, the BJP talks about the Parliamentary Board. Is it we are looking at a state-centric leadership, or is it only in states where the BJP doesn't have a state leadership, that it needs the guiding hand perhaps of the central committee? Perhaps it doesn't need it in Madhya Pradesh, in Chhattisgarh, in Goa, perhaps in even places like Bihar. Okay, we'll just come to that. Anil Dharkar, make your point.
Well, you know, your original question was that is the high command structure now coming into the BJP? I will modify that and say that the high command structure has already come into the BJP. The kind of power now which Modi wields, he's really a one-man show. The only difference between Congress and the BJP now is that when it comes to the Congress, we talk of the family. Here we are talking of one single man. Maybe with Amit Shah as his lieutenant. If you look at the cabinet, any decision has to be taken by the Prime Minister. In the states, nobody is being projected as a Chief Minister candidate. And if at all someone like Fadnavis becomes Chief Minister, he's been regarded as a non-entity.
Yeah.
No one knew about him till this election came up. So the idea, I think, is to then, if BJP comes to power, to have people who are very, very small people, who are beholden to Narendra Modi.
Yes.
So it becomes
Would that be the next thing?
High command in the real sense.
Okay,
real
all right.
sense.
You know. Okay, Anil Dharkar, just hold your thought. You know, we've been
I
listening
think
in
it
there.
would be.
Yeah, just hold your thought. GVL Narasimha, you're raising your finger. I want to come back to you because you need to respond to this. You've also been listening, seeing visuals there of Abhishek Bachchan. I can tell you what he's saying. He is saying come out and vote in large numbers. Mumbai always votes poorly, remember. I have to slip into a very short break. I'm coming back. I'm giving GVL a chance to respond about this high command culture, and we'll also examine whether you're going to see a trend in the BJP of not having great state stalwart leaders to having lower level leaders working at the state so the center can pull the strings. Is it going to happen? GVL, I'm sure, has a point of view. So does Jaiveer. We're coming back in 2 minutes. Stay tuned. All right, let's pull up some visuals for you on the top of this broadcast here at 9:30. You got in shots of Sushil Kumar Shinde, the former Home Minister of this country. He just cast his vote. The last time we all saw him on TV was when the Congress manifesto was being released in Maharashtra. He's a man who's been missing from action, at least in the public sphere of things. I'm sure or hopefully for the Congress, he's been campaigning somewhere in Maharashtra, which is the state which he comes from. Now, we've been examining the big ticket items here this morning, and the big ticket that's come, the big news point, ladies and gentlemen, as these elections heat up in Maharashtra and in Haryana is interesting statement that Devendra Fadnavis has made, the state BJP president in Maharashtra. He says the BJP Parliamentary Board will decide who the next chief ministerial candidate will be. Very, very interesting. GVL Narasimha Rao of the BJP with me in the broadcast. So is Jaiveer Shergill. GVL, let me give you a chance to counter, but what we were discussing a short while earlier, it's a problem, GVL, when many people are speculating that you're going to now field straw candidates at the state so that the center is all powerful. How do you respond, GVL?
I think it's mainly people who have always been carping about Mr. Modi. They have to find some kind of a way to berate him all the time. I think there is no change. There is no change in the BJP's policy in the last, ever since its evolution. I think have we not declared the chief ministerial candidates before elections in states like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Delhi? Not now. In 1998, we declared even before elections. And then there have been instances where people have been sent as chief ministers and who were largely who were not very, very known or popular faces at that time, but eventually became to become extremely popular and important leaders. To say that some individual, some leader in Maharashtra who will be made chief minister he'll be a non-entity, he'll be a novice, is showing your own lack of any kind of political understanding.
Okay.
All these leaders who are currently very popular chief ministers, at some point of time, they were not big mass leaders.
All right, Jaiveer, let me get
I
to
can
Shiv
name
Vishwanathan.
any number of them.
This is not about
in the
straw
BJP,
candidates.
that is the BJP culture. It allows leadership to emerge.
Okay. All right, you had your say, Jaiveer Narasimha. Let me get to Shiv Vishwanathan. Shiv Vishwanathan, this is not a straw candidate being planted by the centre. He is saying give Devendra Fadnavis a chance to emerge. He'll become a great leader. He'll be the next Shivraj Chauhan or Raman Singh. Do you buy that argument? Shiv?
Yeah, I want to say two things. It's GVL I find interesting. You know, if you look at, analyze them as a script, two things are clear. You see, the first thing you see from the thing is, BJP is a party now without patriarchs. The family metaphor has already come in absentia. I think that's the first point you have to make. The second point, if you look at GVL himself, I think he's not denying the statements made. In fact, he is aghast, and you can't admit it, like a true loyalist, that the BJP can become the Congress without intending it.
Okay, probably happy that they can get them numbers. All right, I got some numbers for you, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time. Turnout numbers are coming in from Haryana and Maharashtra. Yeah, Meghna, you got the Haryana numbers. What's happening there?
Well, absolutely. The early voting figures are actually coming in. 4% is the percentage of voting so far till 9 a.m. However, it is earlier, so 4% isn't as high as the voting percentages coming out in Maharashtra. But in Haryana, it is currently 4%. It is, of course, till 9 a.m. We expect those figures to pick up later, Rishabh.
I'm being told about 6% in Maharashtra. Mumbai generally votes very poorly. So if you're in Mumbai, go out there, cast your vote. Don't become a topic of discussion in the evening on why Mumbai doesn't vote. We were discussing this. GVL, you want to respond to that? Shiv Vishwanathan making a point that there is an issue of the Congress becoming the next BJP, and you're uncomfortable, it seems, with that.
BJP becoming
BJP becoming the Congress.
No, I think that I completely deny this analysis, because the Congress identity is a family identity, a family of Nehru Gandhi who have controlled it with wise kind of a grip, and nobody seems to have a problem with that. And I haven't seen any of these analysts carping about it for the last 65 years. They have simply extolled it, and you find it difficult when BJP has a parliamentary board, and of which some individuals will certainly have a great strength. Wasn't Atal Bihari Vajpayee, wasn't Mr. Vajpayee a very strong leader? During his time, did he not really have a big say in various decisions? But eventually, these decisions are made in a group. They are not thrust by any individual. Okay. I think that's the same situation.
Group of 13 today. Versus group of 5. Shiv Vishwanathan,
I find it difficult that the comparison with the Congress is inappropriate to the extent that a family doesn't really control BJP.
Okay, all right, Shiv, you wanted to make a counterpoint?
Two quick points. I think GVL is a bit unfair to the voter. The voter was carped enough about the Congress to get rid of it. Second point, boards can behave like families. You see, the interesting
I'm not
thing
complaining
is,
about voters at all.
Please, just 1 minute. All I'm trying to say is, Congress as a party might be in a bad shape, but Congress as a metaphor has taken over BJP. GVL has to think about it.
Okay, all right. Just hold your thought, gentlemen. I'm coming back to this point. I've got a quick breaking news development I want to take with Meghna in the news center. Meghna, take it away.
Well, absolutely, Rishabh. This one's coming in from Haryana. A very serious allegation is coming in of booth capturing. This is alleged by BJP MLA, BJP leader from North, who's there, Captain Abhimanyu. He said that there's booth capturing which has happened at booth number 9 of Basapur village in North. He's already reached there on the polling booth, and he's alleged that there's booth capturing which has happened. He's already complained to the election commission officers.
And also updates like these candidates, Captain Abhimanyu, sources in the BJP say might just be the chief ministerial face in Haryana. Okay, interesting visuals there on your screens. Devendra Fadnavis has decided to actually carry a lotus with him into the polling booth. A lot of people have got into a lot of trouble. I remember the Varanasi candidate getting into a lot of trouble of the Congress for this. Big questions about Narendra Modi wearing a lotus symbol, remember, on his sleeve during the Lok Sabha campaign. So I don't know how smart this is to actually carry a lotus. He can always claim, I was passing through a park and I picked a flower, what's wrong with that? But expect this to become a controversy. We're going to pick on that in just a bit. But, you know, we were making a point, and let me bring in Karthikeya on this. Karthikeya, a board of 13 can behave as a family just as much as a dynasty, Karthikeya.
You see, for me, the larger question when it comes to Maharashtra and Haryana is that what will be the future of coalition in India? Because ultimately, it's a compromise. It's not a matter of choice. And if you remember, it is only after 2003 Simla Adiveshan, then Congress President Sonia Gandhi decided to have smart tie-ups with DMK and TRS. Before that, there was a lobby within the Congress which felt that the Congress should fight or contest elections alone. So the issue is that you don't have HJC on board, you don't have Shiv Sena on board, and on top of it, you have Shiromani Akali Dal, which has a tie with INLD and fighting elections. Okay. So the larger issue which begets a question is that the approach which Bharatiya Janata Party will replicate in each and every state from now on?
All right. Jaiveer, give me a chance to do a little bit of BJP questioning for a few moments before I come back to you. GVL Narasimha Rao, why no MM Joshi, LK Advani? Where are all those other big stalwarts missing from the poll campaign? In a state where you're lacking state leadership, you will yourself admit that there are no strong state leaders. Why didn't you get all these people back in to campaign for you in Maharashtra?
I think you should allow a political party to really decide who should campaign, where, for how many rallies. I think neither the other political rival parties nor the media really can question a party's wisdom in deploying a certain number of leaders. This was a campaign that had to be conducted in a short period, and then we really wanted to focus